Okay, scanning this question, the first words you pick up on are the fact it's about an arithmetic series. And that's a cue to look up your formula book. It's page 4 for Core 2, where nearly all the useful formulas are. Then, reading the rest of the question, you've got the sum of the first 31 terms. You've got the normal letters A and D for the first term and common and difference. But this sum of the first 31 terms means that from page 4 you should be able to pick out the appropriate formula. So your starting point for this is the sum of the first 31 terms. You use an appropriate formula with A's and D's in. It's going to equal 310, and then you have to simplify that line there to show that A plus 15D is 10. So this is your finish point. Don't get mesmerized with that. Your start point comes from the formula book. Okay, part B. This is a re-entry point. Doesn't matter if you couldn't do part A. Given also the 21st term is twice the 16th term. So this isn't talking about sums of terms, it's talking about the 21st term and the 16th term. So you need a different formula from page 4, used twice, to get an expression for the 21st term and an expression for the 16th term. And then you've got to take those two things and put one equal to 2 times the other. So this will turn into an equation, and once again it will be an equation with A's and D's in it. Once you've got that equation, then you go back. Part A had one equation with A's and D's in it. You can get another one from this condition here, so you end up with simultaneous equations to solve, and that should lead you to the value of D. And then finally, the nth term is un. Given that this equals 0, find the value of k. Now for this here, you just have to interpret the sum from n equals 1 to k of un. Un is just the nth term. This just means the sum of the terms from the first one up to the kth one. So this is just a disguised form of talking about the sum of the first k terms. So it's back to page 4 again. Same formula that you used in part A. We now know that the sum of those terms has to equal 0. So there's an equation. It's got n's, it's got a's, and it's got d's in it possibly, but you now know a and d. At least you do if you've successfully done parts A and B. So part C isn't really a re-entry point. You might get 1 mark for setting this up, but to get further than that you'll need the values from A and D that you used from B. Possibly if you've got this wrong, or even if you've made up answers to B, you might be able to get a few more marks from C. Again, I think this is going to turn into a quadratic equation in N.